Hi there, you are tuned into Beauty and Braids, the podcast where I, Karyne Tenard, has conversations about all things relevant to personal growth and development. Just a heads up, I'm unfiltered. You're welcome.
So it is 12:10. Okay, here we go. This is called Karyne. All right, so everybody, thank y'all so much for calling in. Of course, we're going to be getting people trickling in throughout the hour, so that's fine. This video will be recorded and will be able to be viewed and listened to later on. So right now I wanted to talk about, I have some questions for myself. Okay. So I know myself forever, like since I was born, and it's been a journey. I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about my.
Wait, sorry, Karyne, sorry to cut you off. I have a question. If I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, it wouldn't interrupt this, right? Because I'm getting phone calls and FaceTime. Hold on.
No, only when you put it on airplane mode, it will affect this.
Okay.
But Do Not Disturb is what my phone is on too. So yeah.
Okay.
So I have been going on this whole journey of skincare. When I was younger, I didn't care about skincare. I used to walk around thinking I was cute, no makeup, skin was fresh, didn't care. Till I got older and worked for a company where it was like, you need to put on makeup. I was like, oh, okay. So I did. And then I started getting girly because I used to be a tomboy, and then I just started getting girly. But of course, this event is not about makeup solely. It's about skincare because a lot of people do wear makeup, but they don't know like how to take care of their skin under the makeup, or when they're not wearing makeup. Especially their hair. A lot of people will wear weaves, braids, wigs, and not take care of their own hair. The whole purpose of having weaves, wigs, and braids it should be an option. It should be an option as well as makeup. It should be an option. You shouldn't have to wear these things. I know there's some people who do suffer from alopecia and things like that. And I mean, if they don't want to go completely bald and rock it like that, then of course you can revert to wigs and things, wigs or braids that help cover it. But it's always good to keep your scalp breathing. Like your scalp needs to be able to receive some air and not be suffocated. So, what are the questions? What I like to describe? Right now, I'm rocking my knotless box braids. It starts off, I don't know if you can see it, I'll bring it up. It starts off with my own hair, then I just feed in for the length. It's like super long. I did that because I like to mix the colors and I just want the weight to be a little light, and the fact that I can actually move it without no problem. I could wear it in different styles. It's my versatile style because you can put it up. You can actually braid your hair in cornrows with the box braids. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with it. And if you do need to wash your braids, you can. Braids for me is like the best thing to go to for the long haul because it's not going to damage as much as like if you do twist or crochet or things like that. You can actually get to your scalp. You can grease it. There's a lot of benefits to box braids. And you don't even need a rubber band when you're putting it up. I will put it up right now so you can see what I'm talking about. So when putting it up, I can just twist it and tuck it, and it's not gonna fall. Like, and that's a new hairstyle. So it's quick and easy. I don't want to wear it like that. But when it comes to knotless braids, it does help with the edges, and I know that's one big thing that a lot of people suffer from. You know, having their edges pulled back. Certain styles, if you want to wear a weave or a wig, you should actually braid your hair down this way, so that way when the weave is being sewed on, it's not pulling directly onto your edges. You can leave out a little bit of your edges, but avoid gel because it will start to dry out the hair because of the alcohol base it has in it. And then it will start breaking as you brush constantly apply. And then it creates a coat over your hair so your scalp is not breathing. So again, you want your scalp to be breathable and you want to be able to moisturize your hair. So suggesting if you do need to put gel, add a little bit of grease in it just to dilute it a little bit and keep it moisturized. But do not keep applying gel on top of the same part that you already applied to because it's just going to add more layers to it. Yeah, so I really say no to gel, but if you're going to use it correctly. I do want to tell y'all how to get the lasting of your products. So I use Shea Moistures. Yeah, I didn't see that. I use Shea Moistures
So
leave-in treatment. I don't know if you can see it. It's Shea Moistures leave-in treatment for taking
that's
out
the coconut spray.
yeah.
Fancy's hair.
It's the coconut milk and Acada Senegal. So I use that when I'm moisturizing my hair before the braids. You don't really need to put it on after the braids is already in. And it helps as a detangler, especially when you're taking out and there's like knots at the end. You can just spray that right on top of hi. Okay. So you can just spray it right on top of your
Where you starting to get built up on the root, right?
yeah. Somebody came in, but okay. So anybody who just came in, I think it's Jayla. Please mute your phone. Mute your phone. Yeah. So I'll spray it right on top of the knot and let it sit. It'll create like this. It will soften it up so you can just break it apart. So when taking out the braids, make sure you take out completely and then detangle it with the spray, saturate it, and then shampoo. Make sure you detangle before you do that because you're going to have a whole bunch of clumps and it's going to start clinging together because that's what it's been doing all for the last 2-3 months, however long that you've been keeping your braids in. I recommend just the 2 months, but if you want to push it, I mean, knotless braids actually work for the long haul because you get less buildup towards the root with the knotless braids. That's what I found. It takes more time. It is more expensive. Well, I mean, I don't think anybody getting their hair done right now. So the whole point is if you do have it, you can let it run while we're in quarantine because it's the best thing. And if you do know how to braid, knotless braids will actually make it look good. It starts to look natural. You get the whole boho look. So yeah. Okay, and twisting. So another hairstyle I wanted to talk about, twisting. I brought my little mannequin with me. For those y'all can see. So when doing your twist, if you want this look, you can always do that as one style, like the twist, depending on the size and how loose you do a twist, it will determine the pattern of the curls that you're gonna get. So again, you will do all your twists in here while it's damp, because once it dries in the twist, it will actually have more of a defined look. And so that's a good quick style. Or you can twist your hair towards the back, like a cornrow. And you can rock it like that. You could throw a wig on top of that, and then you can take it out or do a twist out and then have that look. So that's what I would recommend if you do want to do twist and you don't know how to braid, but you want to put a wig on. Just do smaller cornrows with it. Just do smaller cornrows with it. It's so weird because I have to really like add everybody into the call, which is so. I think you just sign in. There's no password. Versatile. How to use less product, but have more moisture. Like I said, I use Shea Moisture's leave-in, and I would put it in a spray bottle, add water, and you get both of the product, and you also just like saturate your hair. So that way you're not spending so much money on the product itself, but you are using some of the ingredients in your hair when you're doing that. Braid your hair wet when it's without braids, without extensions. When you're wearing extensions, make sure your hair is moisturized. I use this. This is Shea Moisture's Braid and Butter, the hibiscus, the Jamaican black castor oil. I don't know. I use random ones because they all to me don't work completely together for me and what I do with my clients, but it's just like specific items. And then so I use that when I braid the hair with the extensions, but without, I just use it to be saturated and then allow it to start. Love that brand. Oh, okay, me too. Okay. I'm trying to okay, move to the side. There you go. Okay, so another thing when greasing your scalp, I use Cantu's tea tree and jojoba oil. It's good for it's an applicator bottle, so it's good for like applying, especially through box braids or cornrows. If you have a weave, you can get in there too. The only thing with this is a quick tip. Make sure you keep it in a warm place and upside down, because after a while it sticks all the way up at the top and don't come down. But because it has the tea tree in it, it really gives like tea tree is healing, so it gives like this cooling effect to your scalp. Which is really good. For those of y'all who suffer from dandruff, avoid using so much dandruff shampoo, head and shoulders and things like that, because it does cause a few like baldness. Okay, with any questions, just hold on to it at Q&A, and then I'm gonna open it up for Q&A, but I'm gonna remember it because it's in the chat. So for types of hair that I use is Expressions. I only use Expressions hair. That brand, the quality of the strands are super good. Like you can use less and still have a good amount of braid. And it's lightweight. With the cheaper brands, you have to use more packs, and then all of a sudden you don't calculate. Then all of a sudden, you got a whole bunch of braids on your head, and it's heavy. And then it cuts your fingers. The cheaper brands cut your fingers, and they don't boil well in hot water. So you need boiling hot water to seal the end. So I'm giving out things like, so this is an end that's sealed with boiling hot water. So remember, Expression brand is the best, or the 3X brand. It's a 3X pack, but it has to feel like the Expressions hair for that. Okay, what else? I think I missed okay, so the dandruff shampoo causes a little bit of hair loss. So I would suggest y'all to just not use that as much, and make sure you grease your scalp, because the scalp is like soil, or if you're doing like if your hair is like a plant, I would say if you grease your scalp, everything else will go towards the strands. In school they taught us that once your hair is out your scalp, it's basically dead, right? So there's no real product that revive your hair. You have to trim it. You have to trim your ends so it does not allow the split ends to travel up and break, and then you end up with more hair loss and thinning hair. So make sure you trim often. You don't have to trim like a whole chunk. You can do just where the ends are, separate and part when you can. So that is a tip to try to trim with shears. You can do it with regular scissors, but I would think shears are better. You can order some shears for that. Types of combs that I use, there's two different types of combs. This one is a cutting comb. It has, if you look at it closely, it'll have numbers on the side of the comb, and it would say like 1, 2, whatever. That's a cutting comb. This is my tool of choice when I'm doing people's hair. When I'm doing braids, parting their hair, it's easy and painless. So when I'm parting, I use my hands to separate, but I use the comb to come in and create the part. So that's a little tip. So I'm going to go on, because I don't want to be on this thing talking about all of this stuff, because I know y'all all have y'all questions later. But that was a few questions that I wanted to address. To avoid anything with like damaging hair, it's nets when you're doing sew-ins. Avoid that. You need your scalp to be breathable and to have access to it. Gels, glues, heat, yarn, cotton thread. Don't allow anybody or you to use cotton thread or yarn on your hair, because it's going to dry out your hair and cause breakage. So no, avoid it. You use satin pillow sacks for a reason, so don't use cotton products in your hair. So I am going to introduce the next speaker. I got some questions for you. So we got Latisha Jordan. So I went to school with Latisha. We went to beauty school, and so she was beating my face since 2012.
20,
Yeah.
2012, 2013, somewhere around there. Yep.
Well, I went to school in
2013.
And then 2012 I graduated. So it was 2012.
No, it's 2013 because I started. No,
You started in the year of 2012.
I graduated 2013.
Yeah. I graduated in 2012. That's when I met you.
Uh-huh. Yes. You're muted.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait, I'm like 2013. You did before me, Karyne, and I was after you guys?
No, Karyne, I think you have the years.
No.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
I graduated 2013. I started 2012.
Remember, okay, so Kristelle and I started on the night shift. I was in the evening because I was working for the company, and then I ended up switching to day. That's how I met you, Latisha.
But you didn't graduate in 2012 because
I did.
You couldn't have. So I didn't see you the whole 2013?
Well, I did see you, but not at the school.
So that means I only saw you because I started September, so I only saw you up until December.
You know what? Maybe I'm yeah.
I think your years is wrong.
No, yes.
Guys,
I did full time.
So
I did 2012 to 2013, and I graduated in June of 2013.
One of those years. I'm gonna do my thing back.
2012, 2013, somewhere around there. Yes.
So I met Tisha there, and she was doing my face. I started referring her out, and then so I did her braids. I ended up doing Ra Ali because Ra Ali was Tisha's friend, and then I was doing the McClures, and then I was like, hey, so I referred Tisha to Ami McClure. So basically, it's all about supporting our friends and people who are doing that we resonate with. So I was like, yo, she beat the face, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm there like, she's really most of the.
But this is when you had your what was your
event, Barbie
Yeah.
for Haiti.
was it when you had your little pink mic?
Yes, I believe that was that was the Olivia Dope the scandal. The scandal.
You did that. But before you had, was it a, what did you call it? Was it a podcast, or when you had your microphone and you would go to?
I was Haitian Barbie K, girl.
That's what it was, Haitian Barbie K. Yes.
I was Haitian Barbie K, and I was like rocking my my mic and stuff like that. So I just was like, you know what, I need to stop doing this whole Haitian Barbie K. I'm gonna promote Haitians, and I'm gonna, you see my Haitian flag in the back, right? But I was just like, I grew, I elevated. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm more than a Barbie. So okay, so Tisha.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
So you can answer. So what is your current makeup routine?
My current makeup routine, well, it depends on where I'm going, how much time I have. So it depends on those things. So I feel as though it's weird. I feel as though I don't do a great makeup job on myself anymore as I do my clients. I don't know why. I guess maybe I don't do my face as much, but whenever I put a big effort into my makeup, I don't feel satisfied with it. It's like I don't get any good pictures and I don't like it. But when it's a quick 1, 2, 3 job where I'm like literally using my finger to dab and everybody's like, oh, your makeup is so nice. And I'm like, really? So, I mean, of course, skin first. I like to start off with a clean face. I know some people, they could be out during the day and just take a makeup wipe and then apply makeup. I like a clean face and a good moisturizer. So the moisturizer that I use on clients that I feel has always worked for me is the, hold on so I can show it to you.
Okay. So we get in Latisha, makeup celebrity, makeup artist, beating the gods out there.
So regular old Pond's. This is what I use on all of my clients. Nothing special. This is an old skin cream that people use for years. When I pull it out for some clients, they be like, oh, that's a old one. But you'll find a lot of makeup artists, if you see, they use this moisturizer, but this is what I use on clients. For myself, if I moisturize my skin, I like to use the African shea butter. That's what I put on my face after I shower and moisturize my face. That's what I use.
Nice. So, okay. That's some tips.
African shea butter is so smooth and it keeps my skin great.
Yeah, because when I see your face, like when you have nothing on, I'm just like, your face is well kept. Like it's no breakouts.
Yeah, everybody said, they're like, you have really nice skin. And I mean, I really don't do anything special to it. I guess Kristelle, if she's going to do skincare, she could tap into that. But a lot of people, I feel like even what you put into your body, it comes out in your skin. So it's what you're eating on top of what you're putting on your skin. So, I mean, I try to drink as much water as I can. I try to eat, good as often as I can. That helps because I feel whenever I do have a sugar binge where I'm like drinking soda or drinking juices, it'll start showing in my skin. When I feel like I'm drinking more water than usual, I'm like, oh, my skin looks really nice. It looks glowy. So, all of that matters. It's not just, what you're putting on the skin.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Okay. So can you tell me the difference between concealer and foundation and when to apply which? Like what goes first?
So to me, it depends on the product. Sometimes to me, it's the same. Like for all of my clients, I use Black Opal's cream sticks. I use that for foundation. I use it for concealer. I use it for highlight. I use it for contour. All the sticks, and it's considered foundation. So I just think it matters with the consistency, the type of skin someone has, whether, you know, what's the difference between concealer and foundation. Foundation is going to be your skin tone coverage. Some people who, you know, have a clearer skin can have a sheer coverage of foundation. Others who may have acne marks on the skin, you're going to need a heavier coverage of foundation. Concealer, you want it to be, I mean, I use cream, but a lot of people use liquid. It depends on how the eye creases on, like for creams, you don't necessarily want to use it on elderly clients because it can sink into the, you know, the wrinkles in the skin and you can see it. Depends on how you apply it as well too. So, you know, the concealer is to cover the darkness under the eyes, the bags. So that's basically the difference. The foundation you're going to use all over the skin. I even, just to make under the eyes less dark, I put the foundation underneath the eye too, and then apply the concealer on top of that.
Okay, cool. Because I was always like, wait, concealer. So do you conceal and then, or the foundation?
So you did ask
weird.
you did ask the order. So to me, it doesn't matter what order it's in, as long as it's blended at the end. So sometimes I'm in a rush and I do one thing and then I'm like, oh, okay, let me do the foundation. Like, you could do it with any order. As long as at the end is all blended and it comes together, then it really doesn't matter whether you conceal first and then do your foundation. Or I know some people who highlight under the eyes first and then apply the foundation all over. So it depends on the look you want.
Okay, now, is there a way to use less makeup and still look good? You know, during quarantine, everybody is trying to save on their products and stretch it out for the long haul. Like, what suggestions do you have for that?
So, I mean, if you want to get cute to be in the house for quarantine, you can get yourself a tinted moisturizer, or if you're not able to go out and buy, you can take your foundation that you have now and it's tinted moisturizer. So what that means is moisturizer with a little bit of foundation in it. So you can take your current foundation you have now, add some moisturizer to it, mix it up so it thins the foundation out, and you can use that. That's your homemade tinted moisturizer.
Right? Okay, cool. So I hope y'all getting y'all tips. I'm trying to ask y'all the right questions. Okay, is there any affordable brands that people can use during this time, you know, that can give them that whole celebrity beat, but for the price, you know, I guess the price is right?
So I mean, it goes back to the brand that I said that I use. I use Black Opal. I've been using them for years. I swear by it. And it's $10 a stick. So I feel that it works for all of my clients. So, you know, for someone who's doing their own makeup at home, you know, they can, if they want to, buy the 50-something, 40-something dollar foundation. You know, I feel as though it's cheaper and it works for everybody. You know, why not? You don't necessarily have to use the most expensive foundations and concealers for it to look good. So blackopalbeauty.com, they're $10 a stick and they work marvelous. You can do the lightest of a beat with them, you can do the heaviest of a beat with them, and it still looks clean, it still looks smooth. It works.
Well, thank you so much, Latisha. So yeah, everybody, if y'all have any questions for Tisha, hold it on for Q&A. So I'm gonna move on over to welcome Evelyn Mo. But I'm gonna start with, I'm just saying hey because Evelyn just stepped in. So I'm gonna move over to Kristelle. So I met Kristelle at beauty school here at Design Institute, and we did the evening shift together. And we kind of met. We did a lot of stuff. She helped with my nonprofit. There was a whole, you know, like everybody has done some type of like good deed, you know. Also Tisha did too, with oh right, you did the parent event.
Mm-hmm.
Latisha came in and spoke to parents
The
that
shelter.
shelter, and gave them some tips on how she raised her child and
Right.
what they can expect.
Working mom in the beauty field.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So now Kristelle just she's a nurse. She works in the hospital, right? So she's
Clinic.
a billing, I believe billing, but she's also a nutritionist, and she got her cosmetology license, and then after that, she went and got her esthetician license. So she just won't stop learning, so which is good. The more you know, the less you spend. Um, so yeah. So Kristelle, I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
All right. So here we go.
Everyone.
So what did you do? Explain your face right now. Like, what was the routine this morning?
This morning I kept it very simple. I used my fresh soy face cleanser. It's like for all skin types. You get it at Sephora. And then I used a little bit of the scrub, the rescue scrub for this morning. And then I used the moisturizer. What did I use? I used this moisturizing I use a serum right now on my face and a day cream. That's all I use just now on my face. No makeup right now. Only put a little bit of gel eyebrow. Do you see that? I do my eyebrow. That's it.
Okay, so all right. So we have another question for you. So, well, your face look clean. See what I'm saying? Like estheticians, go to people who actually have what you want. If it's a makeup artist that does your their skin and I mean your makeup and they have good skin, go to them. If you go to a hairstylist and she got good hair, go to her. If you got an esthetician and she got good skin and she's glowing, yeah, go to her. She knows what she's talking about. All right. So next question: what can someone do for acne-prone skin to avoid picking and leaving dark black marks?
Well, with acne prone skin, you have to be careful with the products that you use. So you want to avoid products it's best to use products that have retinol or benzoyl peroxide, but you have to be careful when shopping for them. And also, besides picking and thinging your skin, you want to also make sure that you hydrate, but not overhydrate your acne skin, and exfoliate. But if you can exfoliate, but don't do it every day. But those are some things you can do. And don't scrub too hard with your exfoliation, because that's going to also irritate it. So you don't want to irritate your skin too much. Yeah.
Okay. So now that we're all in this quarantine situation and Corona is giving people scares, there's videos going around about this person died, people are sick and, waiting. Like, this is not a time for people with anxiety. And so what would you, anxiety or stress? Because there's some people who have skin that are like, they break out in hives and things like that. Like, what would you recommend on how to, I guess, manage their skin during this quarantine?
Well, with managing that anxiety, there's a wide range of managing it. But one thing with the outside way you can do it is just using like gentle products on your skin, like rose water or hyaluronic acid. Those are really good hydrating and moisturizing things that help with sensitive skin, especially if you're breaking out into hives. And then also meditation is important to do, because that's going to be able to help them like calming their mind better, because with anxiety you're just thinking of like the worst. And so it's a two-way of doing it: outside with the products and also internal by meditating and personalizing your beauty care at the time. So when you're doing your facial mask at home, with your products, you can use that rose water or things for soothing and toning your skin. So there's just things you could do along those lines. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I have an issue with my lips. Sometimes, like, applying, it starts to, like, break up. So I be like, I'm trying to exfoliate. I'm like, am I doing it too rough or whatever? Like, what products can I use on, or like what can I do to exfoliate or create a smooth surface for my lips?
Well, with exfoliating is your lips. Two things you can do. One, you can, when you exfoliate, you also have to moisturize. There's a scrub. I'll put the link. I'll tell you. I'll send it to you. But there's a scrub. It's the sugar based one, and it helps with exfoliating your lips. And then also, like, you want to put back moisture. So some things I like to use in the winter, which is like the go-to right now, it's like Blistex. That helps. But sometimes if you over exfoliate, that can really irritate your skin. So try to exfoliate like maybe 1 or 2 times a week or less, and then use something like a moisturizer like that to put it on. So it can help relieve your skin without hurting it too much. Or Carmex, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So is there certain natural products that someone can buy or make at home to create like a hydrating facial?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of products that you can get in your kitchen to make at home. One of my go-tos that I would recommend is turmeric. If you have powder, you can use that along with either a buffer like coconut oil or olive oil, and honey. If you have honey, you can use that. Those are good hydrating and also helps fight bacteria on your skin too. So it's very good to do. Yeah, I
So I
recommend
have
that.
a question. How do you use that? Are you saying to use the turmeric, honey, and use that all in one to make like a paste or something, or like a gel, and put it on the skin and you let it sit, or do you just rub it in?
So you can use it in a paste. So I have a recipe that I had prepared, well, to recommend. One is like you do 1 tablespoon of olive oil, turmeric powder, and also you could put either you could paste your face with lemon just to open out your pores, and then you can apply it and you let it sit for at least, and you could put honey too in there, and you can let it sit for at least like 10 or 15 minutes, and you wash it off with warm water. Turmeric is also staining, so you want to make sure you wear gloves if you have nail polish on, and you want to make sure
turmeric does stain.
that's doing your quarantine, like to make sure it's your hands are clean with that. So that's what I recommend. Yeah. One good hydrating. Yeah,
really
that's usually my
really good suggestions, and cool question, Tish, for that.
Thank you.
Is there any, so I know in school we learned about esclarage, and there's another flarage when it comes to massaging. Like what type of massage people can do at home for themselves? You know, we got people like me that's by myself in quarantine, and then you got people who are with someone else. Like, what do you suggest? How? Like, can you demonstrate?
Well, when you're doing your massage, you can use a combination of both. So petricide is like padding, and then effleurage is more soothing. So well, you can use both, and then when you're doing it, like when you're applying your lotion or when you're doing your facials, it's good to put everything upwards, so like you can put in an upward motion, and then this side to help with when you're doing your normal face, as we would do your facials, if we were doing it for you as myself as an esthetician, I would go like do gentle massages along the jawline and bringing everything to your ear, because this is really helping to relax. What else here? This part here, you can push in, and then tapping your temples and massaging your temple lobes is really good for soothing and relaxing massages. And if you have somebody with you that can do it for you, that's good. If you are doing it yourself, those are some motions you can do to massage. Yeah.
Right. See, guys, like, do y'all massages. Don't be missing out on massages. I know how crazy right now is happening, and you just want to just woo-side or doing all of that. So now your nutritional side. What foods do you suggest that people use when it comes to, besides water, that can help with their skin and retaining some nutrients? Yeah.
Some foods, especially during this quarantine, you can use canned, fresh, or frozen, always fruits and vegetables, carrots, avocados. Those are like on the top because they're very good. With avocados have healthy fat and it's also good for your skin. Has vitamin A. So is carrots. What else? Sorry. Besides water, eating healthy variety of foods like your meats. If you're able to eat meat, like lean meats is preferred. Fish, salmon, those are very good foods you can eat. But it also has things to help with your skin as well. If you take vitamin E, it's also good. Or if you do the capsule, you can open out the capsule and rub it on your skin. If you have vitamin E at home. And yeah, those are just the ones that's coming off the top of my head right now with foods that I would recommend automatically. And yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Kristelle. That was my last question for you. So yeah, if you have questions for Kristelle and like skin or nutrition questions, just hold off for Q&A. I'm moving on over to the Mo side. So I'm going to Mo right now. And me and Mo went to high school together. We went to Sheepshead Bay. That's where we met up and graduated. 2003 graduation class. And
Girl.
so yeah, so she ended up I ended up doing her hair. I ended up doing her braids, the fish bones, the Island Iverson. So I was like, yeah, so from then I've just been like that braider. Like in high school I braided all the time. So
yeah, you've been skilled a long time ago.
Yeah, and then we both end up in like beauty, the beauty industry anyway.
Yep.
So now Mo, it's all about supporting friends doing and going for their dreams and things like that, and any way you can. So for everybody that's been here, I've supported them in some kind of way.
Yeah.
We've worked together. I went over and I bought me a MEM beauty wig. And it was, I still rock it. I think it's been 2 years now. And my wig
I think so.
It's still
about
good.
To be.
Yeah, so yeah, girl. So I have some questions for you. Can you tell me about your for your lace right now, your wig, explain who she is.
Oh, so right now I'm wearing Naomi, 100% glueless. I hate glue. I like to be able to snatch this thing off at a drop of a dime. But that's what I'm wearing right now.
Okay. So when choosing a wig for the long haul, the quarantine, we want to make sure all of the questions are going to be like, how can we get the best of our best products for 3, 4, 9, 10. I don't even know how many months we're going to be doing this, but we want to make sure that, like, what kind of wig would you suggest is the most versatile and can be, I guess, for right now, like, what would you suggest?
Gotcha. Okay, well, I mean, first it starts off with the quality. Who did you get the hair from? If their hair is already shabby, tangling, it ain't gonna last you but so long. So the quality of the hair and the construction of the unit will determine how long it's gonna last us through this struggle time. Okay. So yeah, so what I would say, yeah, so when you are getting away, you got to think about that. You want to think about the quality and you want to think about the construction, but not only that, the type of hair also helps. So not everybody likes straight hair. Not everybody wants body wave because they feel like they're going to have to put some work in it. I feel like, right now you have all the time to put some work in it and learn how to curl your hair and stuff like that. But if you're somebody who's like low maintenance, doesn't want to do but so much, then a wavy unit is good. A wavy unit where it's like doesn't require you to have to moisturize it every day, or even a curly unit. I would just say stay away from the kinky because the kinky does require more work. It can add up sometimes, but more of like wavy units and like I would say a deep wave unit is good. But also it shouldn't be too much work because
it's a wig. If you're taking it off, you ain't got but much stress. You know what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't be going to sleep with it on anyway. So when you take it off, no work being done. And then when you put it on, I mean, we are quarantine days right now. What are we doing without wigs on? But I'm just saying, if you were gonna get a wig, just get one that is wavy and or deep wave that you don't have to like do too much work. Because a body wave, you would have to do some work because you have to curl it. Straight, it could just be straight. But again, not a lot of girls kind of go for straight. They kind of want something, you know? So, but that's what I was saying. And I'm sorry, y'all, quarantine got me missing a nail and I talk with my hands, so.
I'm so dead. Okay. So when we talking about,
by the way, you look fabulous.
Oh, thank you, girl. I have to slap my wig on for this.
You all do. Yes, ladies.
So when we're talking about I guess cleaning wigs and storing wigs, like what do you suggest? Like how can someone properly care for their wig?
Okay, I mean, believe it or not, the most popular question I get is, girl, when should I wash my wig? And I always be like, what do you mean? I always say, when you smell that shit, it's time to wash it. You know, like, I can't tell you when to wash your wig. Like, I'm not going to tell you do it every 2 weeks, but then every week, you know, your stuff is funky. So it's like, I always say, when you can smell it, we can smell it, time to wash it. So I always tell people, like, you know, get a nice little bucket, not something big, just something round, and just, you know, throw some water in it. I always say this for the people who are like, I don't know what to do when it comes to my wigs. Like, I don't know how to part it. I don't want to mess up the parting. It's already laid right. I always just say, when you want to wash your wig, you want to hold it where the part is. So like right now, this unit is already parted, right? So I would tell anybody, if you know you don't know what to do once your wig is washed, hold it like that where the part is. If it's a side part, hold it where the side part is. Just dip it in the bucket, still holding this part, and then you wash it. The products I like to use, again, every hair is different. Every hair company has a different vendor or how they produce their own hair. So what works for mine might not work for everybody else. But I always say you want, you don't need expensive products when it comes to the wigs. Cheap products is fine. This is what I always use, Suave. I do, and that's what, $2 and some change at Wally World. And together it's $4. So this is what I use, is shampoo and a conditioner. And I just shampoo it just like that in a bucket because it makes it easier to kind of hold it up. And once you've done shampooing it, rinse it off, put the conditioner, like fill up the bucket again with some conditioner and dip it again, same way, and just wash it off. But always still holding this part up. So that way you don't lose your part if you're somebody who does not know what to do with your wigs. So.
Okay, so y'all hearing this. All right, so okay. Now, you know, after, I don't know how long we're gonna be up in here.
Oh Lord.
Right? Sometimes we get our wigs start looking real raggedy and so old, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the band gets stretched out, like the hair it'd be a whole dry mess. Like, how do you suggest reviving and styling your hair to make it look new or like different?
Okay, so that really goes back to what type of unit you have, because not every single unit gonna need the same process, I would say. Depends on how dead that wig is too, you know. It might need a little more resuscitation than the next one. But in regards to your unit being stretched out, I get a lot of people that would think like their unit is like, it doesn't fit anymore, I gotta throw it away and buy a whole new one. And I'm like, no, you do not have to do that. Especially if you have a band. One key thing I always say is like, this unit now, it has a band on it. So after a while, it's gonna stretch. It's gonna lose its elasticity. So what I always tell my clients to do is to bend it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I always say to just kind of fold it a little bit. So you see how it was? I just folded it. So once you fold it and you have, if you know how to stitch, you know, we should be practicing everything right now with quarantine, babe.
Facts. Learn how to sew.
We gotta be so essential now. So you just take the needle and thread and you just do a few stitches right on through it. Like I always tell people, it's like real simple because people get so scared, and I'm like, just a few stitches through it. Oh, look at me. It's hard to show and tell, but just a few stitches through it, like what I'm doing. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you do that on one side and the other, and then that's it. You kind of reduce the band, so it gives you back that snug feeling, like like it's brand new again in a way. But another thing too is there's silicone mix for like if you have like hair that's like really, really dry and knotted up, that you can kind of wet the wig, put the silicone mix on it. I don't have it. I was looking for it earlier so I could kind of show you guys what that is. But put that on there and let it sit like for days, and it will kind of bring it back to life. And then you can also just use, even again, this conditioner. I would just kind of wet it and let it sit for days. Or you could put it in a Ziploc bag and throw it in a microwave for like a minute or two, and it will cook it up and make it soft as hell. But again, it also depends on the type of hair you got, because some hair is just not, there's nothing you could do because it was just not good quality. So it always boils back down to quality and construction of the unit.
Okay.
To revive it.
Well, thank you so much for saying quality, because when it comes to saving, you actually might need to spend a little bit more for what you want, because
definitely.
It will last long. It's an investment. Anything you want for the long haul, you have to invest in it. You can get one good wig, spend money on one good wig, and it will. I have the same wig for 2 years now. Like, that's an investment. So you want to avoid, if you can't afford it, just save up. Save up, and then put money to the side, get you a good wig. Especially during this stuff, you just pop on that wig, be like, hey, everybody, especially virtual. And for those of y'all essential workers that have to go out in the street and you don't want to be worried about your hair and stuff like that, make sure you washing your hair. You don't want none of that corona stuff in that hair. I'm just saying.
I'm done.
Coming back home.
I just swap wigs, child. I leave one on the outside and let the sun hit it and put the next one on.
You think about all the stuff that you're going to go out and like what it can like catch on to, especially your braids. You do want to make sure you wash your braids. I wouldn't say as often so much, because we're supposed to be staying home as much as we can.
Yeah.
So just, limit your exposure to avoid having to wash and dry out your skin and your hair.
Yeah.
So, okay, you already said you don't want to deal with nothing glue. You're all about, glueless wigs. So
glueless, on, off.
We all about edges matter.
Amen.
Edges, you don't want to put no glue. People hairlines start back up here. Like, what do you?
And not even glue. People are using gel, spray, like legit. My wigs, I'm always just like, you don't need to put anything on. It's literally on and off, because some people ask me, do I have to put spray? Because I see people putting spray and I'm like, nothing. That's just too much work.
Yeah, and then it just like, it depreciates it ages the hair.
It does too.
Like, you want to keep that moisture, like, avoid all of that stuff. So when it comes to wigs, you already know I'm about to ask, how we been in the latest thing down? Like, what type of braid foundation or foundation do you suggest when rocking a wig? You know what I'm saying? Like, middle part.
I mean, when you're rocking a wig, straight backs. I always tell people it's not complicated, it's not hard, just straight backs. Underneath this wig right now, it's Meek Mill. Okay. And I'm fine with that. Some people, will do like more intricate braiding, but I'll just be like, if you have a lot of hair, like a lot of hair, I always say you need at least 15 cornrows, because it needs to be skinny, because you want that wig to not look wiggy. Me, I grew up with, I was born with everybody in my family, all the women in my family, we have very fine hair. So I don't have like thick natural hair. And that's what kind of got me into wigs, because I always wanted to have certain looks. And I'm like, damn, my hair is mad thin. Like, I hated it. Girl, in high school, I don't think my hair was as thin as it was now. Maybe it's being an adult and being stressed the hell out. But so, for real, girl, so, it's real thin. But damn, I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about the braids.
The braids, thank you, girl. So people with thin hair, I'm like, you need 8 to 10 braids to braid it down. But straight backs, nothing too, not too serious. But for your wig itself, in the house, I would say if you want to lay it, Nairobi is my best friend. I don't know if you guys know Nairobi. It's the
foam?
Yes. It's my best friend. And I try to say this for girls who have maybe 1 wig, 2 wigs, and they're kind of bored, and they're like, girl, if you don't want to spend the money to get another wig, Nairobi is your friend. It's real easy. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me just.
It's like this, but the foam head without eyes or anything like that, right?
You said what?
It's the foam head.
So.
You're talking about the product, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
so all you need
I'm
really in your house
right now. I'm like,
is a mannequin head, some foam, and a tail comb. So like right now, mine is in the center part, right? See, mine, I told y'all mine is like glued. So it's in the center part. So let's say now you're in the house, you're bored. Really and truly, you don't need, if you have one of these, or even a white cheap one from the beauty supply store for $5, just slap your wig right on it. Like how I'm doing right now, I'm gonna slap this wig on this one. And you see it's in the center part, right? So let's just say, okay, you know, you saw Quarantine Bay on FaceTime yesterday, and you want him to think that, you know, you got plenty of wigs, girl. So take your comb and then just, like how you do your own natural hair, just create another part. Just like that. Like, see how it's center? I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, we can.
But then you just take
Kind
the
of
comb
deep side part, yeah.
and just do it. But this is a frontal, so I can do that with a frontal, because a lot of people ask, should I get a closure or should I get a frontal? And I'm like, get a frontal, because then you can switch it up. You know what I mean? And you don't have to do the glue, none of that. I don't do glue. This wig I'm wearing right now is a frontal. I don't do glue. I just put it on regular. But if I want to switch it up, I want to be able to do that. So I'm sorry, it's so hard to do it, but you see how I have like that? And then what I do is I take the foam and then you put it right at the roots.
Y'all learn it?
Right? Because you got a frontal, girl, so you should be able to be switching that thing up.
Wait, it's not showing a full view though. It's like a.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You see it now?
Yeah.
So I put the foam in there and then you just kind of press it into it. It looks messy, but that's fine. Just press it into there, and you got to use the comb too to do that. I don't know if y'all can still see it.
So that kind of sets it into the new style, to new part.
Exactly, into the next part now. And then you take your scarf. Well, you home, so you can use your own scarf. When I'm at the shop, I have like, you know when people have short hair, they use those little wraps to hold their hair down?
Yeah, the tissue,
So you could use that on this one, or you could use your scarf and just tie it like as if it's your head. But then I'll take that and I'll just use it. And then let's say if you don't have a hair dryer in your house, just leave it down like this to the next morning. You already got a new style now. And that's it. And that's how you switch your parts back and forth. So real simple. So, you know, you can switch up your looks and things like that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sorry for that little quick show and tell.
I'm just taking notes. This is, wow. I needed all this info, all of it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so next question. Okay, so this question I always wanted to know, because when I was rocking my wig and somebody came over, right? So we doing stuff where we, you know, holding each. My friend texted me and was there like, "Girl, you rock wigs. Now, what do you do in the bedroom? Because this stuff be sliding. You don't want, like, as far as like now you're quarantined, maybe with your bae or whatever. How do you avoid the slip without looking all crazy?" Okay, so y'all seen Blind Date. Y'all seen Love is Blind, sorry. When he got at her.
Oh my God, no, see, hers was just wrong.
Yeah.
Hers was wrong.
How do we avoid that? I'm just saying, like, what do you suggest? Should the wig go in the bedroom or should it not?
So you know what? That depends on the boo. My husband don't care. Okay, because again, as soon as I come in the house, one or the other's coming off first, either the bra or the wig. And honey, most of the time it'll be the bra that's coming off. Okay, and I'll be talking to my husband sometime. He turn, look back, it's gone. So it really depends on the boo, because some men don't care, and then I have some clients who are, listen, my husband does not want to see me without this wig on, because he's like, I feel like I'm sleeping with a man because she got her braids. So with those ones, I do stitch it for them. We stitch their glueless wigs on. So I don't put a band for them. And what I just do is do like 2 anchor braids coming down and around. And those 2 anchor braids I use with braiding here, because now we're stitching, it has to be supported. And then in the middle, it's just their own hair, because I'm not making any stitches in the middle. And I just stitch the wig, just going around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the wig I've made for them already kind of fits them, so I don't have to do too much. You know what I mean? Because once they put it on, it's already snug. Then I'm just adding that you know, stitch to keep it in place, and that's it. And then times when they're like, okay, listen, I'm done, and they want to go back to going, you know, glueless, I just add a band and they just switch it on off. But that's the only thing I can say. Again, it depends on le boo. If the boo don't like it, Yeah,
No,
if you don't
I'm
like it, then
telling
it's
you
like,
for real. Like, I'm like,
damn.
yo, like, wait a minute.
But you gotta, I let them know. I said let them know,
Yeah,
like
you
I ain't
gotta
married. My bad. I'll let him know beforehand, and I'll tell that man, listen, it calls. Don't pull, like, because
Right?
it will
It'll
come
be a whole
off.
new person. It'll be a whole new person. Like,
You just
okay,
gotta have that confidence and tell them, like, listen, boo, it costs more than your rent right now, so please do not smut that out. You know, some crap. Just say something, I guess.
Okay, so that's all my questions for y'all right now. I do want to plug in. I want to say a thank you to some our sponsors. We have By Your Own Media. She's sponsoring. She's getting the word out. We have Diva Magazine,
nice.
who also will be sponsoring and giving these ladies a feature on like what their experience is and how it's affecting their business and things like that. So that is what's up. And we also do one of our sponsors is Lion Guard tax services, who, yeah, we gonna need that. Plus we got time. If y'all have y'all businesses and things like that, we have time July 15th. So she's also one of the sponsors here. So make sure you link up with her. And our last but not least sponsor is Natural Hydration Products. She is sending a prize to one of y'all lucky raffles. Hopefully y'all participated in the raffles. So she is going to be giving out one of her products. It's actually going to be this one, the oatmeal scrub, the body scrub that I use, because I only want to promote brands and products that I actually use. So you know what I'm saying? Like, this is amazing, especially with keeping yourself hydrated. It's all about skincare, wellness, self-care, and staying beautiful, you know. So I just have, before I open up for Q&A, well, actually, I'll open up. So y'all all can unmute yourselves now. Right? Y'all can all unmute yourselves. So the Q&A is going to start after these random questions. What is your quarantine hairstyle to go to? I guess everybody can.
Everybody.
Latisha.
Now, a bun, a ponytail, in a bun. Anybody got time for this hair?
Yeah,
Same
lately,
here.
yeah,
already
me too.
know.
Into a bun.
Box
A
braids.
bun.
Box braids is for
And
me.
So I got
Oatmeal
two.
braids for me.
Question 2. If you could choose one, eyebrows, lashes, or lip?
Lashes.
Mine changed. Before it was a brow. It's a lash, honey. It's a lash.
Eyebrow
It's
for
the
me.
brows.
Something about some lashes, girl. Ooh.
What? What was
For me,
it,
it's the
Kristelle?
eyebrows.
Mine
One
is
has to
Eyebrows?
Eyebrows.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, if y'all want to speak, y'all can unmute y'all line. So okay, so y'all have eyebrows. The next question is on 2 more. Favorite thing you do for your pastime during quarantine?
I've been working out. I'm trying not to come out of this thing
Yeah.
wider than I'm already am, man. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Same here, working out.
Oh,
Reading.
that's
sleeping.
good. That's good. You said sleeping? Girl, that's why you look so good. You look well rested, child.
Because I be waking up early. I gotta work, so sleeping.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah, I
mine.
have to work too.
Mine is jumping rope.
But I started Kundalini yoga, so that has been helping a lot.
Okay,
Ooh,
that's
okay.
good.
Nice.
That's good.
Thank you.
relaxing.
Last question. I'm gonna answer first, and then y'all, just for example. Okay, your president, vice president, and secretary. Mine is Beyonce is my president, Michelle Obama is my vice president, and Meghan Markle is my secretary.
So we have Michelle, Beyonce, and Meghan Markle.
I gotta talk this. What you?
President, vice president, and secretary.
And they need to be women?
No.
Oh God.
Okay, I want president. I want Michelle.
Yeah.
Vice president. I want Boz St. John. And then for secretary, I want the mayor of New York.
Ooh.
Okay.
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 I'm gonna say Michelle for president. My vice president would be Jay-Z. And and
Oh, you're
I don't know,
diving?
I'm thinking maybe for secretary, I'm gonna probably add B in there. She's her work ethic is flawless.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
I'll go next. I think before I probably would have said Oprah, but she's canceled for now, so I will go Michelle president.
Right.
Okay. I'm going. It would have been Oprah, but not today.
I was gonna.
Michelle
I'm with
for
you
me.
on that one.
Y'all probably think I'm crazy for this, but for vice president, Cardi B, she knows politics.
She kind of
She
does.
sounds ghetto and ratchet, but she
debating.
knows. Yeah, she's gonna be my vice president. She is, and I ain't gonna lie. Beyonce will be the secretary. I gotta have Beyonce.
Oh my.
The president.
Huh?
Would I put for president?
She said Michelle.
I said Michelle. It would have been Oprah, but Oprah canceled for now. Mm-hmm.
Why is Oprah canceled?
Huh?
Everybody just kind of tying her into the thing with Gail and like her doing
that,
oh yeah, and
Michael Jackson
interview about Michael Jackson, and you don't have nothing to say about Harvey Weinstein. Like,
yeah, the Harvey Weinstein thing is what made me kind of hesitate with her too. Yeah.
Hello.
For Gail.
We like, okay, I see you, Oprah. But okay, so one more president, vice president before everybody start asking the questions.
I'll say Michelle, definitely for president, because I feel like we need a Black female president anyway.
Hello.
She has a lot of pull. I'll say Jay-Z for vice president. You know, he'll bring in all the men because, you know. And then I'll say Beyonce.
And who is the secretary?
Beyonce, because, you know, her and Jay-Z
Okay.
together is a power couple, you know.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? What
Praise
city are
you.
you in?
Huh?
What city are you guys in?
So this
Is everybody on the East Coast?
I miss Brooklyn.
In New York.
Queens, Far Rockaway. Queens, Far Rockaway.
Oh, okay.
I always say New York,
You
but
know-
I'm actually in Jersey, but I'm still in New York.
Okay. Period.
I refuse to claim it. That
She's like right over the bridge. She's like, I'm still here. Yeah, so
Okay.
I believe you're
the only person not on the East Coast. Okay. That explains the extreme love for Jay-Z and
For
Beyonce.
Jay-Z.
California. I mean,
You get to choose. You get to choose. I was like, what is going on here?
yeah, no, I love them. I said Beyonce because with Beyonce, you get a package deal with Jay-Z, right? So either one you pick, they're gonna come together. And Michelle, you got Obama, and then you got Harry and Meghan. Like they come in so much packages, and they friends. So you good. But I'm starting to think.
Oh, you meant that Megan. Oh, girl. Well, I thought Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, my God. I got I gotta do better in life.
Harry.
All I heard was Megan, and I started singing Savage in my head.
Right.
No, she went in and she took, she switched things up in the royal palace. You know what I'm saying? And she just was like,
I love that Megan. Yes.
Actually, Harry switched it up.
It's so hard.
He
He
did.
didn't have the power to switch it up. He just loves
Harry,
that girl.
He's a real one, okay?
She is.
She's
She
powerful.
Is. He switched that up.
She was there like, you want me? Okay, so now I'm opening up to any questions y'all have, beauty tips that we haven't covered. If y'all missed it, you can also still ask that question. So the floor is y'all.
Can someone suggest a good primer, like a pore filler, but a good primer for
skin that can be kind of oily, not terribly, but my T-zone. But more than anything, just sometimes pores can be an issue.
I had it ready in my hand. I was waiting to.
Let me take a picture of that, please. Hold on, sister. Let me take a picture of that.
Forever?
I like makeup forever.
Ooh. Oh wait, damn, the camera was facing me.
Step one.
So this one, yes. So there's another step one. This one is the soothing primer. So if you just have like normal skin, I use this on myself. But there's also a step one mattifying primer. The tube is white. This one is gray. The mattifying one is for more oily skin.
Y'all hear that?
My God, my phone is acting real bootleg.
I'm done.
I definitely like makeup forever.
Yes.
I do too. So I have one because I want for under eye, like to highlight, open me up.
So you want to brighten under your eye?
Yes, please.
So so do you find that you have really dark circles under your eye?
Girl, I look like all my life I had to fight. I do.
So I would suggest you can get either. Do you use orange concealer?
I was using this one from the peach from MAC, but I felt like I was looking too orangey sometimes.
So you just want to use a little bit of it. You can even buy the cheaper palette. NYX have one that's kind of like the MAC one. And you use a little bit of the orange, just a little bit, so that when it helps to give coverage. I put a little bit of the orange corrector because I have dark circles too. And then I do my all over foundation, put a coat of foundation over it, and then conceal. So that
you put a coat of foundation over it too.
Yes. When I put foundation over my face, I also get underneath my eye.
And then gotcha.
So it'll help cover it. So when you do the concealer, it's covering plus brightening. Because if you put something bright over dark, it casts a shadow and it's not as bright.
That's probably what it was. Oh, gotcha. So I have to color correct.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Coverage, color correct with the orange, coverage, and then conceal.
And then conceal.
Y'all hearing that?
That's a big difference right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go practice after this. Yeah, none but time.
Anybody else?
I do have a question in regards to like any tips on how to lose weight right now, ladies. Do you guys have any tips?
Oh, losing weight?
Yeah.
Oh, doing this quarantine, right? One thing, you know how sometimes you want to eat for no reason, boredom.
Exactly. The fridge is right there.
Setting a time when you're going to eat and your snacks as well will help you, especially that you're home, and will prevent you from like going to the fridge every minute to get. And since you're home, like you'll be able to make your own meal, so you don't have to buy anything. So this is like a good time to like try different recipes, stuff that you may not have tried before. That would help with losing weight because it's all about like eating. Yeah. That's what
do you like juicing or smoothies?
Yeah, smoothies.
If you just take out
I like
your
smoothies,
3 meals,
but I'll do.
I would say from your 3 meals, if you just take one of those 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and make one of them a smoothie.
That's true.
That would be good.
What has worked for me with this? I'm supposed to have been maybe 20 pounds heavier since this 2 weeks of quarantine, but I've been using I know, because I realized that all I was doing was just eating. I was like, Jesus. But I've been using TLC products. That's helped. The Nutri. I don't know if you guys have heard of TLC.
I want to try that.
Honestly, I swear to God, I felt like the devil was busy when this whole quarantine happened, because I was using the product since December, and it actually helped me lose 30 pounds up until this whole quarantine happened. But it made me join the company because I lost the weight. But ever since I've been quarantined, I make sure to use them products. That's the only thing that has not made me gain as much weight as I should have, because every day I have me a drink. 2 kids, I got to drink something.
That's amazing.
So what is the TLC?
You know what's happening?
Huh?
It's total life changes.
Let me grab the products real fast. And I swear to God, that's what I have been using to kind of help me maintain, because I can't I don't want to eat healthy all day just be honest.
Sometimes you do want to just snack. For me, I switched over to vegetarian / vegan diet for the last, it would be 3 years today, but it has helped me to not gain weight when I don't work out. So like it's slower instead of like when I was eating meat. Like as soon as I stopped working out, I would just pile on the weight, and I'm like, but now it's just kind of like, okay, get your routine back on and do that. So just cutting out a lot of the heavy meats like pork and all that extra stuff. You really don't need it right now. And not ordering from outside because you don't even know who's preparing that food. It might be free delivery, but they delivering a lot of corona too.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
you don't even know because you don't know who coughing in the
delivery.
Child, no.
Yeah, I've been when it comes to working out. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You were saying about working out, and then I wanted to say something when you're done. Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
For a long time, I had gained a lot of weight after having my second child, and you know, I was eventually losing it by working out a lot and eating less, and maybe substituting, like I forgot who mentioned it, a smoothie in between, whether it was during lunch or dinner, and for a while that worked. But then I had this issue, which, you know, I'm kind of struggling with it now. During the quarantine is the plateau phase. So like once you lose all that weight, you're just stuck. And so what I've been trying to do is shocking my body with newer workouts, doing something different. And I've seen some results that way. But, you know, once you lose all that weight, sometimes you do get stuck in a plateau and you're like, but I'm still working out. I'm still eating clean. What's going on here? And like you, I'm a mom too. So I do have my glasses of wine. I'm sorry. I can't.
Listen.
I'm not gonna,
they say apple a day keep the doctor away. No, a wine a day for me keeps the doctor away. Oh, Lord.
So yeah, so I understand that. So it's like you don't want to deprive yourself either, because I've done that before too, where you deprive yourself and then you just, it's like you set yourself back worse.
Yeah.
So depriving is not the way to go, for sure. You know, you should definitely still enjoy your snacks, but you know.
So I was mentioning portioning, and then.
But yeah, I know somebody said they had something to say, and then I'll show y'all the products that I use.
Yeah. Someone else said something.
It was in reference to what you were gonna say. Sorry, was anybody else speaking? Sorry.
No, it was for you, Kristelle.
Oh, no, I was just saying in reference to her products. Like I tried products and I tried many like different diets, so I can attest to my clients when I start doing like private nutrition counseling, because I do community counseling right now. Counseling. So one thing I would say is, like, she mentioned the plateau effect that does happen, and you mentioned that after you stop taking the products, like you notice your weight coming back. So like it's really up to you, like, to kind of do maintenance into your home, doing exercise and portioning your foods, and what Latisha mentioned about substituting one meal for a smoothie, which is fine to do. But when you're using those products, one thing to keep in mind is, like, sometimes, like, I was going to use that, but I'm trying another detox. So that's what I'm going to do during my quarantine on the weekends. I'm going to use a detox. But this is a 14-day one. But that one that you're using, when you're using it, try to also switch your diet too. So that way, when you come off of it, you may notice a little bit of weight gain, may not as much.
And you know what? Yeah. I feel like I'm a serial dieter. Like, I've been dieting my whole life. Since high school, I've been always on a diet. Like, I always feel like I'm that type of person where, well, I have that body where it's like I have to work out in order to lose weight or maintain my weight. If I stop working out, I will gain, even if I'm trying to eat right. It's just, I don't know, it just seems weird for me. But what I'm trying to say with these products is that even though I've kind of, like, you know, gotten away from my healthy eating, like I was really on a not strict, but I was doing OMAD fast. I don't know if anybody knows about intermittent fasting. So I would just eat once a day, but I would eat a good meal during that once a day. I would even have a snack, and I was dropping a pound a day. But with the quarantine, I'm like, who wants to eat once a day when you are feeding kids breakfast, lunch, and dinner? I want to eat too. So, but what I'm saying is that, like, this one is called the NutriBurst. And it's like literally in a cap full, it's like you drinking vegetables and fruits. Like, and it has a lot of vitamins. And I use the tea as well. And that one detox at the end of the night. And I have this other one. I've never been a pill person, but it's called the NRG. and I actually use it, but it gives me energy and it speeds up your metabolism. And that's a problem with mine too. My metabolism is very slow. But I'm just saying that to say, like, being quarantined, it has kind of helped me keep the weight down. But if this thing didn't happen, I was actually supposed to be out there promoting it. But I'm like, well, damn. You know, I'm like,
well,
if I'm getting
you're promoting it right now.
Right.
Well, yeah, right, I am, right? But
But it's so
I'm like,
natural.
I gotta
It's a natural
stick to
promotion.
it.
Look.
Huh?
Is that the Freedom Kit?
That's
which kit?
Oh, this one. Oh no, it's not. Which one? Which kit is this one? I can't remember the name. I literally got it like early this month because mind you, I've been using them since December of last year, and I had just said, you know what, I'm ready to join because this really works. I like it. And then boom, the quarantine happened, and I was like, oh shit. Well, it's a Get Fit kit.
Get Fit kit. Okay.
And
I was looking at the Freedom Kit. But yeah.
Another quick
Freedom
tip.
Kit is more on your expertise when it comes to skin.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Quick,
if you ever use it, let me know because I will definitely take your recommendation, girl.
Another quick tip
right.
with losing weight, you're supposed to have 27 to 28 grams of fiber a day. So make sure you either having like chia seed or I think banana is high in fiber. You can also add that to your smoothies.
Yeah.
And flaxseed, things like that. Make sure you incorporate in oatmeal, things like that, and have 5 meals a day. You have to make sure you do portion control if you don't want to wait, because you could be snacking, but make sure you don't try to eat up all your snacks. We in quarantine. Y'all gotta save y'all snacks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I can't go outside anyway, so y'all might as well be like, well, it's either I'm gonna eat a little bit and like stretch it, or
stretch it out, right?
And be sitting there like, yo, I'm gonna starve. You're gonna either go fasting. You know what I'm saying? This is an opportunity to fast.
Does anybody still go running outside, or you guys just work out inside? For those who work out,
I was supposed to go yesterday and I hesitated, but I do like to run.
I like to be outdoors and just run outside. This is like really crippling me. Like I need air. So I had been going outside and running around the block and stuff, but don't tell nobody I did that.
Get you a rope.
I've been because I'm like,
I know you do the jump rope.
Oh yeah, I see you doing it. Girl, my left knee can't hold down. I can't do the jump rope. I don't know why. My left knee start hurting.
You gotta alternate, and I think there should be like knee exercises to help strengthen.
Yeah. Squats
because anything, just do it in moderation. You don't really have to do like the jumping. You can just do it in place and just make sure your arms are moving. Do twists and things like that on the floor, but you can walk in place. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but I do know, like, I go on the bridge because social distancing, ain't nobody there.
Okay. Yeah.
And you get the air too. It's the air that's so necessary.
It's high up. It's above the water, so
you need that.
I'm not dealing with that. Okay, so next question. Anybody have? Okay, so there was a question from Jayla, Crudology. About extensions, using extensions on crocheting into like non-braided hair. Like you can do that. I wouldn't recommend it because you might just start creating little knots in your hair, like when taking out. Like when you're taking it out, if you just like have your hair like pulled back and you just start crocheting all over your ponytail, it's just gonna be real crazy trying to take it out. So I wouldn't suggest it. So you do need a braided foundation, or you can do
even if it's what if it's not cornrow? Because I can't cornrow.
You could twist, do a 2-strand twist backwards. Like if you take 2 strands and just keep going.
I wish I could do that.
You can do that, and as long as you create a solid foundation.
So it's nice and tight. Okay.
Yeah. So 2-strand twist it. Create the row and then 2-strand twist. Make sure you create the anchor braids, the 2 anchor braids, because you don't want to pull back on crocheting because you do have to knot it. And that pull is not good for the edges.
Okay, perfect.
I was
Thank
gonna
you so
recommend
much.
another thing. Like,
Oh my God.
one other thing I recommend is like using a crochet wig, like making a crochet wig so you don't have to put any stress on your head. That's what I do for some of my clients that don't,
Okay. Okay.
don't want to put it on their head and don't want to put stress on their hair.
Okay.
If you don't sew, wait. If you
crochet
don't
with
sew
the
onto
needle
your
and
braids because they need to put it around, right? Try to use like the combs, or like try to stitch a few combs to the wigs if you don't know how to sew, and then just
there's
like,
there's a crochet wig cap that has the combs and also has like the lace. I used that one recently with someone, so it's like it's also like having a regular wig, but you could do it like that. So that's another recommendation.
Okay.
Amazon
I would love
Prime.
to see that.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Oh my God. I'm going crazy with this hair. Oh my God.
Make sure you grease every 2 days, even if you're not doing nothing to your hair. And every 2 or 3 days, make sure your scalp is conditioned. You don't want a dry scalp. So
yeah.
You used to do your scalp.
What do I use?
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you recommend to grease the scalp?
Boom.
Yeah.
Cantu.
What do you use? Shea butter.
Cantu, tea tree, and jojoba oil.
Okay.
Okay,
so I'll have to buy that like right now.
It's it's cheap,
right now.
but it's super good. Like you could use that, or you could use Jamaican castor oil. But when it comes to the castor oils, it's heavy, so you don't want to clog your pores. Don't use it so heavy.
And some of these beauty supply stores selling fake ones.
So yeah, but you want to use this.
The first ingredient is not castor oil.
You said what?
Look at the ingredient list. The first ingredient list is not castor oil, then it's not 100%.
Hello.
Right, and that's a good tip. And when you're storing this, make sure it's upside down because it usually just sticks. It solidifies in colder temperatures. So you'll end up losing the product. So keep it upside down in whatever area you want to think in a warm temperature. Yeah, so this is good. Or coconut oil.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Any questions?
I have a question.
Thank you. I'm gonna look into that one too.
When it comes to like the skin, so like, is this something that you can eat to help the dark circles, or it's just it is what it is?
They say iron.
Yeah.
Iron?
Yeah.
Oh, they did say it.
You have a low deficiency of iron?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah. They say iron is what helps the dark circles.
Do you take iron supplements?
No. Like specific for iron, no.
That explains
so you can definitely look into
that. And cucumber, you could put it on your eyelids and soak them, and you could put them over to help.
So that really does work. The cucumbers.
Yeah, to me, I don't know necessarily about the darkness. I've tried it, but puffiness.
Yeah.
See, I need to use I need to use the cucumbers because I was talking to this guy at FaceTime and he told me I look tired.
It does hydrate. It does hydrate the skin under your eyes. I mean, it is a good thing to do.
Y'all, I miss the spa. I'm missing. I'm going through withdrawals. I'm tired. I'm so sad.
Well, you got tips to do the spa at home. Plus, you actually have your husband is with you, so you can have him pamper you, massage you. Y'all can both massage each other and have a spa day.
Girl,
she's like, I want my own massage day.
I've been quarantined with him for too long now. I need another hand.
Oh man.
Not saying
another way to be.
Just saying.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna open for any other questions. Skin, hair, eyelashes. Okay, so I have long eyelashes, right? And I've been struggling. Like I put my lashes on today, okay? But because we on virtual, I can get away with it. Even if it looks messed up, y'all can't really see.
Oh yeah, come on, I can't really see.
Exactly. But if I see somebody in person, they be like, girl. You know, so it's like I have curly lashes. What do you suggest, Latisha? You know, and then I tear when I touch my eyes. I'm trying to like I'm like a terror, so I'm like a makeup artist's worst nightmare.
Oh, you blink, 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 blink when they trying to put your eye stuff on.
I don't blink.
Oh,
I
man.
just start crying. Like I just start tearing.
I know
So
the feeling.
a trick to try to add a little heat to your lashes is if you take hot water and you have one of those brush spoolies and you let it sit in there and kind of warm up and kind of brush it through your lashes just to get it to pull out more than to curl in. So that's a trick to try to get them to loosen up.
Nice.
I will try that.
Yes.
Wait, why would you not want your lashes to be curled?
No, just when I want to put like the lashes on.
Oh, you want to put
Yeah, it's in the way. So it's like
hers curl tight. So what she's saying is hard to put the lash because her lashes are
Right.
really.
I didn't hear that the problem was adding additional lashes.
Yeah, hers.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, like I could use mascara, but sometimes like the lashes just give you like this. Like
that's why I said lashes over anything.
Right,
I would walk outside without a wig and some lashes on. That's how much I love.
Well, right now, this is all people seeing right now. Like, you know, when you go outside, this is really
right
up here. So
if you wearing a mask outside, yeah.
True.
Oh, you guys are wearing masks?
Like
if at first I didn't get it because I ain't wearing mask.
You not? Joe.
When I go outside.
You have to wear masks. What kind of masks are you wearing?
Well, today I went out and I was on the bridge, but I had like this Nike sweater and it comes up this way. Like it had like a turtleneck. So I just like tied it like right here by my eyes.
Wait a minute though, but the professionals are saying that
N95 or something.
It's got to be that or nothing, because if you put cloth there and then germs get caught there, then you're breathing it closely. You're keeping it at your nose and mouth, which is not helpful. So then especially if it's creating humidity because you're breathing and making it wet, then the virus goes into hyperdrive. So unless it's an N95, you shouldn't do a mask. Just brave it, come home and wash your face.
Well, I just learned today.
No, but
I don't know why they're not correct.
I always feel like masks are restricted.
At least you block it from getting to other people, you know? Without that mask.
Well, but what about yourself now? How long you keep it on?
So if you are sick and you're home quarantined with your family and you want to hold in your own germs, okay. But if you're going out in the world and you're
trying to prevent
to prevent germs from coming into your body, it's not helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it does work in spreading to other people, though.
That works.
If you feel sick, if you feel sick and you just want to hold your germs to yourself, but I mean, if you guys are 10 feet away, you're probably not a problem.
Right, but some of us who are in New York right now, we still have to go to work, and when you're on a train,
you guys are going to work.
Yeah, she goes to work.
Working.
She's going to work because she works in a clinic.
You're essential.
She's an essential worker.
If you so you're around people and you're trapping the germs at your face, that makes you feel better.
If I have a cough, right, I don't want to be next to an older person. So if you don't have an N95, which are disposable, and it's so hard to get right now, if you cover your face with a scarf, something like that.
And that's another thing with the mask is that you can't wear them for long periods of time. They're saying around a bunch of people, and you decide to wear it, and then now you're gonna go somewhere like you have to
put it back on.
You have to change them. You have to change them, and a lot of people are wearing the gloves and the mask. I've seen so many people misuse the gloves, and I'm like, I'd rather just use my bare hands and wash and then wash them.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Because you see people, I see them in their car. They got the gloves on. They're driving. They got the mask on, and then they get out of the car. They go to I seen a guy. He went to the store. He took the bag from the clerk and did all that. Got in his car. Now you done touch your car door. You done touch your steering wheel with the same gloves. You done touch everything in the store with. So
right. Just wash your hands.
And honestly,
you have to change your gloves.
I really feel like
frequently.
I was really, really sick last month, like bad. I really feel like a lot of people who were sick.
I had it.
Jennifer had it. I think I did because I came back from Colombia and I was sick. And I was like, what? I was like, I haven't had a flu in a long time. That's what I said to myself. I haven't had a flu in a long time. What's going on? Just recently, a friend of mine, she just found out she has COVID yesterday. But mind you, she was home kind of nursing herself for 2 weeks. And her doctor just let her know 2 weeks later she has it. But she's now in the recovering stage. And she never had to go to the hospital. So,
most people don't have to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you feel like you're drowned, like you cannot breathe, then you should not go. You should just treat it like the flu and try to get better.
And that's what happened. She said she was driving and she had a shortness of breath.
Two people in my life had this in December. And it's really bizarre because one of them thought he was having an asthma attack. And so he went to ER and they were like, it's not asthma. I'm not sure what's wrong. They put him on a respirator. And then they're like, okay, great. You're breathing okay. Go home. He went home. Then they called back and said, you know what? Your blood test came back and said it's toxic. You should come back. So then he came back. And then I think he stayed overnight and they gave him whatever. They had no idea what it was. And they're trying to figure it out, send him home. This went on for 3 weeks. He was so freaking
They didn't have a name for it then.
So basically, he was basically infecting everybody in the hospital because they didn't know what it was.
Well, he was infecting all of us, right? I went to check on him. People went to check on him, right? Went to sit with him in the hospital, like hugs and stuff. I don't know, honey. Let's pray about it. Like, we didn't know, but everyone is not going to get sick from it. You know what I mean? The majority will not get sick.
I feel like I already had it, so it's not coming back to me.
Well, they haven't decided that you can get it twice. They haven't.
You can get it twice?
I feel like I have it twice.
It's not like the typical flu where you build immunity to it. They're saying you might be able to get it twice. So, I mean, I think we'll just have to continue with these habits we've adopted of the 20-minute hand. I am like clean hand girl. My hands are so hard. I've never washed my hands for 20 seconds. Like after I
moisturizing lotion after.
What for? I gotta wash them again in 3 seconds. Like I don't even moisturize my hands. Like, I'm constantly. But then I didn't realize how long 20 seconds is until now I count it. My typical hand wash is about 12 seconds.
Yeah, mine's like 10.
They said like it's still there after 12 seconds. You really have to go 20 or more and try to do it up to almost your elbow.
Right. 30 seconds.
I don't even wear a watch now. I'm just like constantly always like, oh my gosh, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I agree.
We've been in the house for, I live in California. I live in the Bay Area. We've been in the house for about 3 weeks. So nobody's working.
Oh yeah, and the California shut down.
Yeah. But
how is it going?
The Bay Area shut down first. Like 6 counties did it about a while ago. And everything's just kind of like shut down. And then last week, the governor made all of California do it. So, I mean, it's fine. I do go outside though. I mean, I went in, I ran the hills and I did the lake and I do go to the grocery store, but I'm in the house most of the time. But I do go out and my grocery store has a coffee. So I actually get to get a latte once a week. But it's crazy. Working from home, but a lot of people just don't work. If you don't have a kind of job that works at home, you just have been out of work for a while. Restaurants are delivering. I think you said that. Now they deliver alcohol because they're trying to make money. So they changed the rules on that. So you can order.
Yeah, any restaurant you can get alcohol takeout. You can take.
Wait, even in New York?
Yes.
Yeah, they're allowing that. Interesting.
They just need to implement that going forward and forever.
That's what I'm saying.
And you can get alcohol, so you can get.
Because in Houston, we've been able to take our drinks away with us. We're not in the restaurants, but most places.
Couldn't either. But here they're noticing that the curve is flattening. So I think that, for other cities and places that have done that, I think you guys will see the same thing. Like it's been going into 3 weeks and we are seeing the change of things.
The numbers.
So.
And I was going to say, I saw that it says it's going to end by April 6th because I looked up for more news on it. They didn't have much news on it. Like after.
They don't know.
In your area, the Bay Area, by April 6th, they said that It was for 3 weeks. That you guys gonna be locked down for 3 weeks.
Right. When we closed, I think it was the 14th or something. They said it was through April 7th. But then the governor had said we will reassess. So it just kind of depends. Huh?
I'm like, what does that mean, reassess? They're going to reassess before April 6th, before April 7th to extend it to another 3 weeks or so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. So we could be quite, wow.
He's been quite aggressive, but it's not really his decision. It's the mayor's decisions. And the mayors have been pretty strict about, I mean, they're not arresting people. In fact, they're releasing people from jail, actually. So,
Okay.
So how does that even work?
So that there's less crowding.
The petty crimes, they get to go home.
Now, really expensive.
They get to go home, and then if they have corona, they're gonna spend spreading corona. What?
So that's the case for anybody, right? And
True.
it's better than having them trapped in small spaces with little medical attention. Like, I don't know. My doctor happens to be my neighbor. He lives in the same loft community. And so I saw him because I kind of had a flu. And so I saw him the other day and I was like, hey, thanks for everything. Let me know if I could bring you guys something, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, also, I've been kind of sick for a little bit. Like, what do you suggest? He was like, just stay home, figure it out. Like, do not come to the hospital. And I was like, well, I read that you shouldn't take Advil. Is that true? He's like, well, it's kind of unconfirmed, but definitely lean towards Tylenol. Stay away from Advil right now. If you don't know what you have, the Advil's not helping. And I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, if you don't have a fever or you don't feel like you like are drowning, like you can't breathe, then figure it out. Self-treat at home.
I think I did have that because I had that towards the end of the year, last year. And it was hard to breathe.
December, everybody that I
know right after Thanksgiving. I think it was right after Thanksgiving. Everybody was getting sick. Yeah.
And he was so sick, but they literally did not know. He even had, like I said, his blood got what is that called? It's not toxic.
Toxic. The infection was in their blood.
Yeah, right? But it's another word, septic. And they
Septic,
called back like, oh shoot, come back. But they didn't tell him to stay away from people. And he works at the DMV. So could you imagine?
Oh yeah.
He's possibly
when I got sick, I got sick and it was like for 2 days, like I had chills. So I was like, it must be the flu. And I haven't had the flu in years.
Right.
And everything, all the other symptoms was going away, but I had this cough. But I didn't feel like it was my throat. I felt it from my chest. I felt it like, I'm like, all this mucus, and I'll just keep coughing and coughing so hard because the mucus wouldn't come up. And then, so my sister-in-law suggested, she was like, get some Mucinex. So I went and got the Mucinex the day and night. I took the day one, I was fine. I took the night one at night. In the middle of the night, I woke up to go to the bathroom. When I stood up, I was so lightheaded. And I just sat on the bathroom floor. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't breathe. And I was like breathing. But I literally felt like if I don't get up and go into the room where my husband is, like, I'm going to pass out on this bathroom floor and he's not going to know. Like, I literally felt like I was just going to go out. So I got up, I laid on the bed, I laid at the foot of the bed. But I was just like, I didn't know what was happening. And my husband, he got all frantic. He was like, what's the matter? I'm like, I don't know. Something's happening. He was like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, just leave me here. And I was just like breathing so fast and my heart was pounding. And then I saw somebody post about them being sick and had all the symptoms in my head. I was like, yeah, I probably had it. And then I looked at the ingredients for the Mucinex and it had the NSAID in it.
Yeah, well,
no, I think
but it doesn't say NSAID. It says, I Googled it. There's another name for NSAID that's on the ingredients.
The same stuff that's in the Advil that they're saying makes this worse. They're saying like something in Advil and Advil products makes this worse. So if you decide, oh, I have a sinus infection, or you whatever, Advil cold and flu, whatever it is, if you take that stuff, if you have COVID, it makes it like that's when people are dying versus when they don't take that stuff.
So I am
really
So
what'd you say?
At least I wanted, if Tylenol has the same thing.
No,
No, not
Tylenol,
Tylenol.
Tylenol doesn't. They're telling people to go that way. Like if you don't, because we don't know, right, what we have or whatever, then if you are treating whatever symptoms you think you have, get the Tylenol products, not the Advil products, because of whatever that thing you just said is, it makes it dramatically worse for some reason.
Yeah. When I had it, I had so much phlegm. I just kept on coughing, but I was like, I'm not gonna try to swallow it. So I'd always go back and forth and just spit, just to get it out and sweat. So I put like a hoodie on, like I slept and made sure like I was hot, just to sweat it out, and it worked. Like, and plus I stayed home, so I wasn't able to go around people. And it was just like aches and everything like that. It was like the worst kind of feeling, but I was like, I had lemon, honey, and cayenne pepper, and was like taking that to make sure like it comes up. So that helps. But also, what I've seen going around is it's a this thing where you steam your face. You put like orange peels, sea salt, and onions inside of a pot. Steam it over the fire, like make sure it steams and like get it up. Not only does it help with your face, I mean, you know, it's like kind of like a steamer for your face, but it helps break up the mucus and everything like that and heat up the inside. So you just kind of like breathe it in, and do that when you come home from outside. So you can just help like kill it. So it basically that will help kind of bring everything back up. So
but the thing is the way that they are, when they're doing these tests, the way that they are determining that someone has it is if they have the antibodies for it. So in theory, if you, Latisha, did have it and you get tested now, it's going to say you have it right now because you've built the antibodies for it, right? So then I think some of these, like some of the data is a little bit
it's not accurate.
Because it's like, it just means you had it at a point. It doesn't mean you actively have it at this moment. And because it doesn't really, it's highly contagious, but it's not really killing us. It's like 1%, you know what I mean? Then it's like, I mean, it feels scary, but I think more people than not are gonna, you know, survive it and just think like, dang it, I had the flu. But you're going to work every day and kissing your kids and doing all the stuff, not really tripping, right?
Right.
Because it's not, everyone doesn't react the same. It's not like, oh yeah, everybody in my house is sick. Like when it's a typical flu, it goes through the whole family. But this thing is so kind of like it affects people differently. But yeah, this is a trip. I think more than not, if they test 100 people, probably 75 are gonna say, yeah, you have it, because we probably did over the holidays.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
I swear.
Well, my thing is when do y'all think all of this is going to be over? I'm ready to go back to normal. I miss hugging people.
You know what I'm saying? I'm being like, hey.
I'm a hugger. I'm like, hey, girl, I love to hug. And I'm like, I can't hug nobody.
I am a hugger, but I think a lot of our social things are going to change a bit.
No more shaking
hands. I'm not about to be shaking hands with random strangers. I'm going to this 20-minute wash. I'm really going to try to always make that a part of my life going forward. But it's like some of these things, like standing close in line, we'll probably never do that again. You know what I mean? People
that's true. Space. Give me space.
I see myself going to a concert right now, like after all of this, like with a whole bunch of people around me.
People will go.
Yesterday, I had went out to the store and I was driving, but it was nice outside, so I had the windows down a little bit, and there was a line to get into Walgreens, the block that I was driving. And some lady was just randomly standing in the street, but she was just like talking to all the people, like just talking about Corona and how crazy this is or whatever. And she got close to the car and I pulled that window up
real fast.
She was like, look at her. She pulled her window up on me. I'm like, look, lady.
It's not even personal.
Right.
It's not. I don't take nothing personal at this point.
Yeah.
The other day I went outside yesterday and this lady and a guy was walking. They stopped me and came like super close. They was like, who does your braids? I was like, I do. And they're like, well, she's looking for somebody to braid. I said, well, when this quarantine is done, I'll holler at you, but I'm like, people are literally. Somebody was just charged for attempted murder because she had corona, and she was still going to people's houses and doing their hair. Like, I mean, I think she was still like taking in clients. I don't know if she was going to their house, but a lot of stylists and beauticians are creating like a black market where they're going to the houses. But I'm like, that's still not safe. Like, what are you doing?
I still get people ordering wigs, and I'm like, where are you going?
They're going right here, girl.
But they still, and I'm like, girl, and then some of them will tell, oh, I'll pay you extra to come. I'm not coming to, I have kids. I'm like, nah, I've put everything on pause. I just can't. I can't risk my well-being.
I mean, the post office is still moving, so I'm technically
my
store is still, being able to like ship things, but it's like, I mean, I don't know if people ever wear it. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay, so guys, it's only 2 more. Well, I think it's 2 minutes or 1 minute to the end of this call, this event, Beauty Extended, and I'm so thankful. Thank you so much, because I was just like, what do we do to connect the beauty world with individuals who can't get to ourselves or our services? Like, we need to now change how we do things and be more informative. So a lot of us will be offering like tutorial classes, teaching online on how to do it, because we won't be able to do it for a long time. We don't even know when. So I wanted to thank y'all all for being as beautiful as y'all are, because we all created in the image of God. Y'all beautiful.
Amen.
So just remember
Thank you.
Take care of the temple, because you only get one.
It's true. You are right.
I love your background.
Thank you.
I did that.
Thank you. You see, I was over here.
They have virtual backgrounds.
I'm just saying.
It's virtual, because I really want palm trees. I like yours too. That's the bridge.
I was looking at that, like, where did she get the palm trees from?
Nice.
Like, she's in Miami?
Listen, y'all, Delta told me my flight was on time yesterday, knowing gosh darn well they done canceled the flight. I was so hurt. Man, it's hard times right now.
Where were you going?
Yeah, it is.
I was going to, so my parents are from Nigeria. I went there when I was 5, and I came back when I was 12. I am 35. I have not been back for 23 years. And I was finally going back home to see family, and this happened.
Yesterday?
Wow.
Yesterday was my flight to go to Nigeria from New York.
You was about to get on a flight? No, indeed.
Oh, no. I knew it was
booked it in advance.
But I had booked it. No, I had booked it, since last year.
Y'all gonna make me feel bad. I'm considering going to Florida. So
that was my last vacation.
That's still
like
local,
$20 now.
You're talking about out the country. I didn't want to be quarantined.
Because I feel like they don't. You're not hearing as many cases. I feel like maybe I should just get away from New York and go to Florida. And my friend is rise over
and
there.
And the heat is there, so it's burning corona.
No. New
But
York.
Why? Because you gotta go on the plane.
But they're saying now you have to self-quarantine if you're coming from New York.
New Orleans.
Oh, no, see, you in New York, so no, you
That's
dangerous.
the only
Stay
thing
there, girl.
That I don't. But if I'm sitting at home, I'm sitting at home doing nothing, why I can't go and be in the sun?
Yeah, because it's New York. New York is looking like they say. New York's looking real Bronx-ish right now. So you gotta stay. You gotta stay over there in New Jersey.
Guys, I work in the Bronx.
Yeah, what's wrong with the Bronx?
I always be like, oh, you're from the Bronx?
Everybody says that about the Bronx. I'm like, what?
Are you from New York?
Bronx. I live in Brooklyn, okay?
Grew up in Brooklyn.
She's not from New York.
I'm in Queens now, but I grew up in the Bronx.
I live in Brooklyn, but I work in the Bronx. So I work in Brooklyn a little bit.
You work in the Bronx?
I represent the Bronx, okay?
Yeah, no, I see Rod posting all her pictures at the damn beach. I mean,
yeah, she's been stuck there, and she's like, "I'm gonna just stay here." She has an Airbnb, a big backyard, a pool.
God bless. Wow.
And then, but the thing is, if you flying out from New York, wherever you go, you have to quarantine there. So you have to be there at least 2 weeks before you can fly back out. But if I'm sitting at home in a house for 2 weeks.
Why not somewhere warm by the beach? I feel you.
Right.
Latisha, how are you getting to Florida? Are you going to fly or are you going to drive all the way down
to
Florida?
I'm I'm gonna fly.
That's a bit.
I feel like flying in the locally is fine because you don't want to be, out of the country and then they close the gate on you and you can't come
it's
back.
3 hours.
But like,
Sure, I'm gonna have all my stuff with me, my gloves, my Lysol wipes, everything will be wiped down, and
the blood of Jesus. That's all you need.
Okay, amen. I still got
See,
my
I don't
palm.
walk by.
I still got my palm up from last year.
Okay.
I do not take it down. I'm just Easter. I don't know if it's canceled this year. I don't know what's happening.
No, Easter is not canceled.
They ain't never canceled, honey.
The palm.
They're gonna do church online.
you can't go to church. There's no church.
Online.
You're gonna get the palm.
Online.
It's always available online.
The palm.
Always. Since like 2000. Huh?
But I'm talking about the palms. You know the palm, like
the palm.
Palm Sunday, like Palm
California,
Sunday.
I've got palm trees right outside my door.
Y'all can do that.
Lucky.
You want me
We
to
don't got that
overnight
in New
you
York.
palm?
Yeah, we're not that lucky in New York.
I
Hence
can
my
overnight
background.
you palm.
See, I'm trying to get to some.
Oh, I like that bridge. I'm just seeing it now.
I can overnight
Yeah, the
you.
bridge is nice.
Right? You gonna put
Man.
yourself a backdrop? Yes. California bridge.
Listen.
Yeah,
Are you
no.
gonna
So
pray for us, Karen?
you want me to pray for y'all?
I mean,
Yes.
heading in the
We're
Holy
for it.
We gonna. I'm gonna do this. The last thing I went to Latisha's birthday party, and Ra was like, "Karen, you should pray for everybody." I'm like, you put me on the spot. Okay, so
Carry me like a baby.
okay, all right. So I want to say, I'm gonna say, okay, God, continue to protect us. Keep us in your arms, in your hands. Protect us, heal us. If we should come into contact with family and members, let us not affect them if we had it or will get it. Continue to protect whatever food we put into our bodies. Make sure that the hand that has touched it, let it be sanitized, and of love. Let us continue to walk into this 2020 as high and as beautiful as we started, and allow us to continue to prosper, bring in abundance, and continue to spread love the Brooklyn way. Thank you,
Amen.
God. Amen.
And
So that's my hood prayers. That's how I pray. Like, I just try to pray as much as I can.
But I feel you because I talk to God like he's the homie. I'm like, God, what's up? It's your girl. Like, that's how I speak to him.
Homie.
He's the homie. He's my friend. I love him.
Exactly.
Yeah, so on Sundays I'm gonna be doing praise corner on my podcast. So you can definitely look out for that. If y'all sing or y'all want to join it, I'm gonna be sending out like a list of songs y'all can like sing along on the call. So look out for Praise Corner because everybody needs some healing through vocals. So
Can you link me? I don't know your podcast, my dear.
okay, it's Beauty and Braids. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send everything
Okay.
to you. Plus you're in the brunch group.
And then also, if you guys have businesses, will you somehow send that? And then I'm happy to support you guys.
Okay, so everybody share all your information with me, and I will make sure I send it out.
Oh yeah, please. I would love to know all you ladies' information so I can follow on social media. I love the vibe. Everybody just seems so awesome and amazing. This was great.
We'll have to
I really love this.
All
right. I love connecting with other people.
I'm so done with her. All right. So remember, send y'all links. Y'all have my email, so just send it back with all the information that we requested. So any businesses that y'all trying to start, things like that. I also have a company called Access Branding. So if y'all need something with visual aid, flyers, branding tips, things like that,
I need that.
You can holler at me too. I'll look out for it. So
okay.
Bye everyone. Stay blessed.
Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amazing, ladies.
Great meeting all of you.
Beautiful event. I loved it.
Yes. Bye.
Later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I'm gonna stay to the end until the last person.
Oh, look at me. I'm like, should I put X or no? I didn't want to go. But I gotta go. Bye, Karyne.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you again for listening to Beauty and Braids. I am your girl Karyne, and this has been another great day. Until next time, you'll hear from me then. In the meantime, please follow me on @HairByKaryne, @ShopBraidAppeal, and @YTC Nonprofit. Get to know me a little bit better. Check them out. Bye.